Welcome to Market Moments, the podcast where creativity meets community. I'm Monique.
I'm Nikki.
Join us each episode as we dive into the inspiring stories, innovative ideas, and heartfelt connections that make our communities so special.
From makers turning their passions into purpose to the vibrant communities built around handcrafted goods, we're here to celebrate the artistry and the people behind every market moment.
So grab your favorite cup of tea,
because we're going to spill some tea.
Settle in, and join us as we craft a stronger community,
one market moment at a time.
Hi! We're back again.
We are back again.
Woo-woo.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. We ask it every time, like, we haven't been sitting here talking before we start recording.
Right? Yeah, like, we chit-chat for, like, an hour and then go, okay, let's record now.
Yeah, time to work. Okay. Anyway, it still sounds good to say, how are you? How are you guys? That's the question. I hope everybody's enjoying the episodes so far. We're going to start getting deeper and deeper as we go, so we're going to have more and more tea.
Yeah. I hope everybody's finding it helpful, too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's kind of the goal. It's like, yeah, we want to talk and, like, share our information with you, and also talk a little trash sometimes, you know, like, whatever, let's just be real.
Sometimes you just gotta get it out there. You just gotta vent.
Yeah.
You just gotta...
Why not?
Get it off your chest.
Yes. But it's also, like, our goal is to, like, kind of help teach, you know, so then everybody can benefit from it. So, yeah. Hopefully it's helpful. Let us know down below if you are finding these helpful, or if there's anything you guys want us to cover.
Constructive criticism is welcome.
Yeah.
If you just want to be mean, don't even bother.
Yeah, don't be mean. We don't like bullies. Yeah. But if you have, like, constructive criticism, we're cool. But if you want to talk about, like,
we both know we're fat. So
you don't need to talk about saying anything about our weight. That's irrelevant. Like, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there we go. Welcome. Welcome to our TED Talk, but it's not our TED Talk. I'm just kidding, guys.
It's our podcast.
It's our podcast, Market Moments. I'm so excited. So we got a big one today.
What are we talking about, Nikki?
I think it's an important one. So I wanted to talk about today themed markets. Yep. And so on a vendor's or on a organizer's point of view, like, how do I decide to theme them? Why do I theme them? What do I do? And then as a vendor, like, how much do you, like, actually participate in the theme, right? So, and I have a little, like, obviously, because everybody, I think at this point knows, like, I've been a vendor and I've been an organizer. So, you know, we get like a little bit of everything. And then, you know, Monique has been very helpful in, like behind the scenes organizing as well. So, so we got some good knowledge. So
a little bit of both.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So I'm going to say for myself, themed events I think are great. I think it's fantastic to have a theme to them. Especially if you're doing, like, you know, like a holiday market or something, right? So, like, having a theme is great, but within reason. So,
yeah. I mean, I think the theme really helps with marketing.
Yes.
It gives you a great, like, jumping off point to market the event.
Yes. So, like, if you have a certain theme, like, we'll say, like, I have, like, a Mardi Gras event coming up, right? So, obviously, that's the theme of the show is, like, we're going to have, like, a Mardi Gras event. But, you know, and we're going to do, like, beads and, like, you know, everything that goes along with that. But we're also not doing... Here we go. This is where the tea's going to get spilled. Are we ready? Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
We're always ready.
So, when you do these markets with characters, I know we've talked about this before briefly, but we're going to, like, probably dive into it today. Like, when you do character markets, like, that's illegal unless you've gotten permission specifically from the trademarked company that you're utilizing to do so.
Yep.
So, like, you do these markets, like, we won't mention any names. We're just going to say character markets. I mentioned no names because I got sued. I learned my lesson very quickly on that one.
Yeah.
But it's like stealing intellectual property. That would be like me creating...
I mean, we can say the name of the characters that you can't use. Don't use the big names. Don't use Mickey Mouse. Don't use anything Disney.
Yeah.
Disney will sue.
Disney, they have a F around and find out policy for sure.
They will sue you. Don't have Mickey characters at your events.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that they can shut you down, and then they will sue you.
Yes.
They'll comb through your socials, and they will find every single time you use one of their characters, and they will sue you.
Yeah. Yep. There's a Sanrio.
Mm-hmm.
There's, I mean, anything, honestly, like, here's the way to avoid it. there is a public domain. When characters are in the public domain, you can utilize them.
Yeah.
Like recently this year we did a Pooh, a Happy Pooh year instead of Happy New Year.
Yeah.
But not the Pooh that you're used to on Disney with the red shirt. Homie from old school with no shirt is the Pooh that you can use, right?
Yep.
So it's really, okay. Since I got sued and like having to pay that was like, it hurts my soul. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Because honestly, like, my bad, I should have done research. I didn't do the research, whatever. We've already established that part of it. But the thing is like, I'm such a small, like, person that I'm just like, wow, you, like, really gouged me for money for, like, no reason. Because you literally don't need it. But, I mean, I get it. Because all I did was use a name on a flyer.
Yeah.
It's not like I did anything else other than use a name on a flyer. So, yeah, so when I theme events, I make sure that it's not copyrighted, I'm not stealing anyone else's intellectual property, that if I do use a character, it's within the public domain, so everybody's allowed to use it, and the right, like, again, like Pooh was a perfect example, with the red shirt's not allowed, with no shirt is allowed, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's just like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Alice in Wonderland, the novel is in the public domain, so
Yes.
those characters are in the public domain, but the Disney movie is not.
Right.
So if you use any of those cartoony characters, you are infringing on Disney's copyright.
Yep. People use Bluey all the time, like, and I see it. I think what kills me is like, okay, and I know we talked about this, but like some of what kills me is the fact that like tons of people do it.
Yeah.
Like literally, I don't know one market that doesn't do it, to be honest. And so like it's kind of disheartening. Like, damn, like. You know, like it makes it harder for me to like figure out, okay, what do I do to draw the attention?
Yeah.
You know, so we're just gonna go past that. So we're gonna look at theming, like how do you theme markets without infringing on somebody's intellectual property, without using copyrighted material, without getting yourself sued, right? How do you avoid doing what Nikki did? Basically, right? So it's like when you have like, so we have holidays coming up. So when you have like, a Christmas market, that's pretty easy. Like just theme it, not using a character, you know? Yep. Halloween, the same thing. Like you can theme like spooky markets without using characters. We have a few coming up like recently that's going to be, St. Patrick's Day, right? So like you can theme the markets without infringing on people's property. Like you can do that. But then the thing as a vendor is like, how much do you contribute to that theme? Yeah. So like an example, if we have a Valentine's Day market, right? And everything's like lovey-dovey, all that stuff. And it's getting close to, say like it's the week before Valentine's, like how much product should you make that's Valentine's themed?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think on that?
So what I like to do to kind of like hedge my bets is to lean more into packaging. Yes. So, like, put some cute little Valentine's ribbons on it. For me, like, Valentine's especially, I've got, like, a little cheat in that, like, we promote romance books more. Yeah. You know? So, I've got that. But even then, still, like, I'll lean into, like, packaging, wrappings, cute little bows, things like that. So, that way it's not something where I'm making a bunch of product that might not sell. Because last year I did that for Mother's Day and for Halloween, and I've still got some mom products clinking around. So it's like, and I didn't even make that much. Yeah. It's just like, you also have to think like, would you carry around a holiday themed product year round? You're not. Yeah. So people don't have a great desire to buy that stuff, Yeah. So, I tend to hedge my bets and just do packaging.
Yeah. That's smart. That's a smart. When I was vending, when I was working Vibe with Nikki and like really in it, like I would go full force and make tons of stuff for whatever the theme is. And then I realized like very quickly, like, I sold very minimal of that and was stuck with it. I still have for Mother's Day 2 years ago stuff. Yeah. I mean, luckily my product doesn't go bad, right? But I'm like, it's it's still inventory. It's still inventory that
and depending on the type of business you are, you might have to keep track of your inventory. Like, right. Because of my business, it being a general partnership, we do have to track our inventory. So that means at the end of the year, now I have to count all that stuff. Yep. I have to add it all up. It's more paperwork to do on my taxes. And it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
It just becomes a pain to haul around inventory that's not moving. Like, you want your inventory to be constantly moving. You don't want to be sitting on stuff for a long time. So yeah, I try not to make theme stuff unless it's something that I can carry all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's ways that you can make it too that like goes with the theme. So like, say, where I'm just gonna say Valentine's Day because we started with that one. But say like you're making stuff for Valentine's Day, like you can incorporate like hearts or whatever like you would think of with Valentine's Day, but without actually having it Valentine's Day.
So I did that for Valentine's Day. I made bookmarks that say "Love is in the air."
Yes,
because they match the romance books,
and it can go with anything.
Exactly,
you can use it all year round, but it goes with the theme, right? Of whatever.
So then I promote it extra during Valentine's, and then it's not a big deal if I still have it. Same thing with Halloween. I make some bookmarks with bats, and like page holders with bats, stickers with bats.
Those are good all year.
Those year round.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just promote them more around Halloween. Yeah. And if I'm going to a market that's Halloween themed and they want themed products, then I can send them pictures of this stuff. Yeah. And I'm not sitting on product that's not moving.
Yes.
Because it's holiday. It's too holiday themed.
I can't reiterate that enough. Like I learned it the hard way. So that's why it's like, okay, we're gonna do this so you don't. But like I learned the hard way, like as a vendor, like as a crafter, and also as an organizer, the hard way of like what not to do. Yeah. So hopefully we save some of you guys headaches.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think you want to niche down a bit. Yeah. But there is a point where you get so niche that like now you're only limited to a very specific customer, and that customer base is too small. Yeah. So you want to keep it as broad as you can.
Yep. Yeah. Without having, again, like the big thing for me is like, because I mean, I sold cups and like magnets and shirts and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, you can sell those all year round, like that's not gonna necessarily go bad or whatever, but people need to like what I have, you know, and not just like, oh, I'm doing a leprechaun event, like I better make a bunch of March stuff. Exactly. No, nobody's gonna carry that around past March. Like I'm not, you know. So it's really, you can make green.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's another good one. St. Patrick's Day is another good way to theme it. Is make more green products, but not necessarily St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly.
You know, don't put 4-leaf clovers on everything. Just make some stuff green.
Make some stuff green. Yeah. Yep. And so as an organizer, this is what I have like leaned into, and kind of like what I've learned is looking at my experience of like what worked really well, like what themes went over really well, and then continue to do those ones, right? Like I have the St. Patrick's Day one coming up. That one we're gonna have a scavenger hunt, right? So you do things that can go with the theme of whatever it is, you know, that the market's about, but it's not like overpowering either, right? So
the kids love
the scavenger hunt.
The scavenger hunt goes over so well.
Yeah. And it's very easy for me to do as an organizer. It's super easy for me to do. As far as like, I literally just put it together and print. Like it's super easy. So I'm like, that's good for me. And it's, you know, then people can come whenever and do it. They're not.
The nice thing for us as vendors, it's bringing people onto our booth.
That's my whole goal. Yeah. That's the whole goal. Yeah. So as an organizer, I want eyes on you. Whatever you do with those eyes is on you, right? If somebody's in your booth looking for like a shamrock or something, they're going to be looking at all your stuff. Exactly. It's your job to then say, you know, hey, did you see this? Kind of, you know, whatever. Yeah. However you're going to sell yourself, you know?
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, a mom will come in with them and be like, oh my God, this is cute. And then I'll be like, oh, did you like that? Let me show you some more.
Yeah. Right?
Type of deal. So it works out.
Yeah, the scavenger hunts are great.
And that's the other thing too with the theming is that like with stuff like that where you do the scavenger hunts, you do other things that helps draw people like to your booths, you know? Like you can have little things like that draw people's attention. Maybe put up like cheap little dollar store decorations.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Yes. And you don't have to make your product to match the theme, but you can decorate your booth to match the theme.
I mean, that's why stores do that, right? Like you go to stores and they have different displays for the holidays. That's why they do that, because it draws people's attention, and now they're looking at more stuff and they're more likely to shop. Yes. You can do the same thing in your booth on a smaller scale. And don't go crazy. Don't like spend a ton of money on it. Yeah. It's gonna get ruined. Don't think, oh, I can use it again next year. It's not gonna be it. Just buy something from like the Dollar Tree or the discount bin in Walmart or whatever you got. Buy something cheap, hang it up, and know that you can throw it away at the end of the holiday.
And be okay with it. Yeah. Like spending $1.25 is not gonna kill me. Like I'm okay with that. Exactly. You know? So and then go to the markets. Like I went to Joann's recently and they had a huge sale. And so if you go like right before the holiday, you can usually pick up, and I'll even go like after a holiday and get the cell that I know I'm going to use for next year.
Yeah.
Just because I'm hosting markets, I know I'm going to do it again. So like you can get the stuff for super cheap, and then you just have like, I have a bin in my garage that's holiday stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, I already have all my Halloween, like I already have it all, you know, so... Yeah, so don't necessarily, I guess, from, like, my standpoint, like, as an organizer, like, I'm going to theme my markets to what I think is going to work and be popular to get customers there. And I'm going to include, like, games that are going to go along with that theme. But as a vendor, like, you don't have to make product for that theme, but decorate your booth. And then that's how you get people in.
Yep.
If you go to a market... And you guys, think about this. When you go as a guest or as a vendor, or if you're an organizer, when you go to an event and you look at the different booths and you see a booth that's decorated and looks very cute and inviting, you're going to go into that one before you're going to go into a different one. Mm-hmm. That's not, you know?
Yeah.
If you go to a booth that doesn't have anything on it at all and it's just like products sitting there, it's not very inviting. You're not going to go into it. It's not going to, it is what it is.
Agreed.
So... I try to theme my events that can be repurposed. Obviously, like Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day, like those go with the holiday. But even like for like April, I'm doing like an autism awareness event where we're gonna have like activities specifically designed for, you know, like sensory items, right? So we'll have activities available for that. Then we're gonna have one Easter event because I feel like it's kind of mandatory to do. And then after that we're gonna have I don't even know what the next one is now.
4th of July?
No, in April. I don't know.
Mother's Day?
No, that's in May. I don't know. Anyway, but basically I just do like one holiday per month, and the other ones are something to do like with, like, I'll do like a 90s theme or an 80s theme or like you know what I mean? Like, you just do something that's gonna be
fun and
random that's not like the same as everybody else.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That's the upside of you not doing the characters.
That's a big upside.
Everyone does the characters.
Everyone. I think I'm the only one that doesn't do characters.
Yeah.
At this point. Even markets that didn't used to do characters are doing characters now. Yeah, and here's the thing, like, yes, there's a draw because you get I'm like, in quoting, foot traffic of people coming to the event to take pictures with the characters, but those people aren't necessarily spending.
Yeah, agreed. Because a lot of the markets that I've gone to, I've had 2 that have burned me, that have had really well-attended markets, but everybody was there for the characters, and by the time they were done getting their pictures, they just left.
Yeah.
Or they try to look, but their kids were tired, and so they had to leave anyways.
Yeah.
So it's just, it wound up not being worth it. Like, oh, great, there's a big crowd and a super long line. Hundreds of people showed up, but none of them shopped.
Yeah. Which I'm like, you know, if the market, you know, initially, when I first got sued, I was like, that's it, I'm done. I give up. I don't do this shit no more. Like, I was over it. And because I didn't see, like, a path through, you know? Yeah. Because, like, my markets don't have hundreds of people anymore, but the people that show up, they show up specifically to shop.
Yeah.
Which is why we talked about the importance of promoting your product, you know, because then they're coming to get your product, right?
I mean, I've been to markets where only, like, 20 people showed up, but I still made good money because those 20 people spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. They came to buy stuff.
They knew what they were there for. They're not there to do, you know, whatever. Like, let me not get started, but, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, but obviously I guess I'm still a little bit bitter.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd be bitter over getting sued too.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
I was stressed on your behalf.
Right?
It was stressful.
I was like, what the hell?
Nikki.
Yeah, it was rough. But we learn and we grow and we move on. So, yeah, I think, you know, being able to theme the market to be something else is great. It has definitely opened the door. And it allowed me as a organizer, because obviously I got into this because I like creating. So it has allowed me to be able to get more creative with my events, and that's been really cool for me.
Yeah,
like, it's not just like, okay, we're doing, you know, Mickey Mouse today. Like, no, like, I've had to really, like, I really put thought into it. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, you know? Like, we have a father, it's not announced yet, but it's coming, just if it might be announced by the time you guys hear this, but if not, whatever. Like our tattoo event. Like we're doing another one, but we're going to do a Father's Day themed one. It's not a Father's Day event, but it's tailored more towards Father's Day, and it's going to be, gosh, what was the name? But like that's what I'm saying. Like I take pride in being able to like create these events now and these themes that go with them.
Yeah.
Like it's more fun for me now rather than just like, oh, we're doing HK Mental Health Day. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
especially because I feel like sometimes those like shortcuts kind of make you a little lazy. You can just
they
go,
do.
Yeah, you can just go, it's a Stitch event. Stitch is gonna be there. Done.
And the truth is like if you look on social media now, I don't know whose event is whose anymore because
they all look the same.
They all look the same.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the other thing, too, is, like, especially you have to remember what the consumer is looking at. They're not always finding your logo on that flyer.
No.
The flyer is the main thing they're remembering. And if your flyer looks like 20 other flyers out there,
yep,
they're going to go to their page. They're going to scroll through and go, oh, there it is. First one I saw. And not keep looking.
Yep. We're doing Pints, Pops, and Needles. Cute. Celebrating dads with cold brews and bold ink.
There
it's
we
a
go.
cute flyer, huh?
Yeah, that is cute.
Yeah, I'm super excited. You guys can see...
The lights were like, just
kidding. You can see it when it comes out. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you get to be more creative with the themes. And you get to put more effort into... you know what you're gonna do, right? Yeah. So to me, I feel like that's important. But as on a vendor's standpoint, like I don't want vendors to like make a bunch of product for that theme. Like just decorate your booth, or like the packaging. Like that's such a brilliant idea. I wish I would have thought about that when I was vending instead of making a bazillion things.
Yeah, I think the only type of vendors that can get away with making a lot of themed things are like food vendors.
Yeah.
Because
you
whatever you're gonna sell, you have to sell it that day anyway.
Yeah,
you know. So like, if you can do a little frosting, if you can do a little whatever, you know what I mean?
Because it's gonna sell. Yeah,
exactly. So I think food vendors, you can probably get away more with theming things, especially if you make like desserts. Because I think desserts are a little easier to decorate in line with a theme.
And then say like if you go to a market and you're selling like St. Patrick's Day stuff and it's still not St. Patrick's Day, like even if you don't sell it all at the market, you can sell it online.
Exactly.
You know, like most people are gonna buy that like, oh, that's cute, I want to get it for my kid's school or whatever. So yeah, that's definitely true. That is very true. But like everybody else, I'm like, don't worry about like making a bunch of cups or whatever that go with it. Like just make stuff that's gonna actually that you already sell that already does well for your booth and make a cute packaging. Take a picture. Like this is oh gosh, here we go. Take a moment to when you make a product to take a picture of it packaged up and ready to go that you can share so people know. Yeah. Like if we're doing Valentine's Day and you're going to put it in a cute little heart-shaped bucket and you're going to tie it up with cellophane, take the initiative to like do that prior to your event and promote it like that. Yep. You know what I mean? Build it at home, take a cute photo of it. I mean, there are so many apps that you can like remove backgrounds. You can do whatever to make it super cute. Canva's a seriously easy one to use, right? So I'm like, do that stuff before the event so you can advertise it, and that's how you get your theme going. Yep. So you're not necessarily making a bunch of heart-shaped stuff, but you're packaging it that way so people are like, oh, I want to buy that for Valentine's Day gifts. Yes. Yep. Oh my Lord, here we go. These are just the little tips that I'm like, you know, this it's
because we've all wasted like time and money and supplies and making stuff that just sat around forever. Yes. And 9 times out of 10, I wound up giving that stuff away because I'm just like, get it out. I don't want it anymore.
I literally told Louie a few weeks ago, like, babe, so all my cups that are sitting down there that have just been sitting there, I'm like, I'm just going to start doing them as giveaways at my event. Yeah. I was like, are you sure? And I'm like, what else am I going to do with them at this point? Because I'm rebranding what I'm doing with Vibe with Nikki. It's not going to be the same thing. So I'm like, I'm not going to use these anymore. Yeah. So.
And honestly, like from my standpoint, if something's been sitting there for like months, I'm sick of seeing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sick of seeing it. I'm like, just get it away
from me. Get it out of here.
I'm so upset that I wasted time and energy making this and it's still just sitting here. Get it away.
Or when I think like I did something hella creative and super cute and nobody buys it, I'm like, oh, offended that I'm just like, oh, forget it. I don't even want to see it no more. Yep. Yeah. Because I'm like, I thought this was amazing, but obviously nobody else did.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. That yes, theming's great, but like separate yourself and like don't go crazy with trying to like match the market's theme.
Yep.
You know?
Agreed.
Yeah. I absolutely love, and you guys will see videos and pictures and stuff that get taken. It's primarily of people's booths who have been decorated super cute.
Yeah.
Because it looks amazing. Like, and it's very inviting, and it's like, oh, you understood the assignment, right? Yep. So you don't have to make a bunch of stuff with hearts all over it. Just decorate your booth, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah. Ah! That was a lot. Hopefully it was helpful. Right. You know, any tips that you guys have, again, put them down below. Yeah. We always,
leave us a comment.
We're a community here, so we're all here to learn and help each other. So.
Yeah, and collaboration.
Yes.
Like, it helps. It gets you there. Like.
Yep. So, yeah. Do you got anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Me too. This is a good conversation.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.